Love to hear from you all. Be sure to check us out right there at facebook.com/cake-tv. Well, in our Cakeland Care segment this morning, you know, it may be spring, but I know a lot of folks certainly are planning ahead for summer. But before you get behind the wheel, there are certainly important things that you should do to stay safe. This morning we have Bob Morris with Christian Brothers Automotive to talk about how you all should prepare for your vehicles. So I know that you probably see people like myself, rookies on the road, who, you know, maybe we haven't tended to our cars as good as we should be. But what are things that people need to do when it comes to preparing for those road trips?
Well, as we go into summer, you know, we've got to go through this bit of a rainy season right now. So I think during this particular season, we're going to make sure your windshield wipers are in good shape. And probably one of the biggest safety things is, as we have flooding streets, we certainly want to make sure people aren't driving through those large ponds that start to show up on the roads, because that can be pretty damaging to your vehicle.
Are those some of the common problems that you see this time of year?
We do. We actually see quite a few vehicles that come in for one reason or another. They've gone through water, or they've just the road flooding starts to create issues with brakes, or and if you get water into your engine, that can be pretty detrimental to the.
It can be, and I will tell you, I was one of the people that could have fallen victim to that before. I drove through it, and I didn't even realize how deep it was. I didn't even realize it was a big puddle, and it ended up, I mean, we had to replace my engine, and it can cost so much more.
Certainly can.
And in addition to engine problems, when it comes to preparing for getting ready for the road, in addition to having those wipers and stuff handy, what other things are you suggesting for people? Good
checkups on your vehicle on a regular basis is probably the most important thing. A lot of people associate winter and batteries, that's where you have most of the problem, but heat can play havoc with batteries in the summer as well. So you want to make sure that you're having that tested on a regular basis. You want to make sure you keep your fluids all at the proper levels. Coolant in particular, because overheating is certainly a big summer issue that we.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I did put a little bit of information in regards to that, and some stuff that you had actually mentioned too. You know, making sure that we have our windshield clean and having the washer fluid filled up as much as possible. And it's great because washer fluid and all that, I mean, it's inexpensive stuff in regards to tune-up that I think is important too. So it's not anything that's going to set people back too bad. Make sure your tires are properly inflated and have good tread depth. I mean, when it comes to inflating, from what I understand, everything you need to know is right there on the side of your car, not on the tire itself. That's what's recommended by the experts like yourself.
Right. Yeah, the maximum pressure that shows up on your tire is just that. It's the maximum pressure you would have in your tire, but you want to follow the manufacturer's suggested PSI rating for each of the tires.
Yeah.
And that is on the inside of the door, the driver's door, and
right.
You can see what that recommendation. And every time the vehicle's in, we offer free courtesy inspections with all the service we do, and those are regular things that we check up on.
That's great. And lastly, also to have that emergency kit handy too, because you need to have something on standby just in case things go awry. But one last thing that I want to make sure, if people want to get more information, if they want to check up with you guys, where do they need to go? Where can we find you all in town?
They can go to, on the website, they can Google the Christian Brothers East and West Wichita. There's 2 locations here. The east location is at 13th and Woodlawn, and the west location is at 29th and Mays.
Well, we're so glad to have you here, Bob, to refresh everybody before those summer road trips, because we're all excited to hit the road, but we don't want to hear stories about people having problems ahead of time or after the fact, I guess. So going and having all that information. I also shared everything with Christian Brothers up on our Facebook fan page, so be sure to go and check it out. In regards to Good Morning Kansas, we have a lot more in store for you after the break, including a quick look at your forecast. Stay with us.